So when I found out the results of the election, I was pretty excited, but also kind of nervous. So obviously, it like took a little bit longer than like people are used to figuring out like election results. And I'm 27, so I remember like when the Bush election was a thing, and it took a really long time for there to be like a real president, and the whole thing with like Al Gore. And so I kind of remember that, and it was kind of like the same like reminiscent of that, where like it was kind of a lot of unknown, and both sides were like, well, we won, and like, okay, well, we won. But I think at the end of the day, like, I had conversations with multiple people about how I was more nervous if Trump wasn't to get reelected. Obviously, I'm not a Trump supporter, but at the end of the day, I didn't really think too much would change. But I felt like Trump supporters would be extremely angry if he didn't win again, which we've kind of seen with like some of the marches and like protests and stuff. And I feel like it was really important to put someone else in office, because at this point, people have gotten very used to having someone in power who kind of enables them. And it's like when you have a parent who like laughs at something when you do something wrong. Like, I feel like that's kind of the example that the president has been setting for people. And so people who were not very openly racist and just kind of kept to themselves and just made racist comments under their breath are now very open about their feelings about other people, and it's really scary. So I think putting someone else, no matter who it was in office, is a step in the right direction. I think that, like, obviously there's a lot of division in America right now, and I think that division is probably going to stay that way for a little while. And I hopefully think that by the end of the 4 years, like, there'll be a little bit more unification, but it's definitely like made people like back into their corners, if that makes sense. Like, people who feel one way feel very strongly one way, and then people who feel the other way feel very strongly that way. And then there's majority of people who are kind of in the middle, but it's the people who are like the outliers who like are causing the major division in our country. So I don't necessarily think it's going to change too much, especially in the next year or even two, but hopefully in the next 4 years, we'll see a little bit more unification and go back towards the middle.